So if we're calculating for the area of this composite shape, we are going to first calculate for the area of the rectangle over here, which is going to be an easy calculation. But then we're also going to have to consider the two semicircles that they've given us on the side here. So we're also going to have to look at the area of this semicircle, semicircle. And I know that together, two semicircles are going to give us a whole circle. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to calculate for the area of the rectangle. And then I'm going to calculate for the area of a circle. And then I'm going to put these two together. Right. I know that the area of a rectangle is length times breadth, and the area of a circle is pi times radius. All right. So the area of my rectangle is 35 times 16. And the area of my circle, first I'm going to have to find the radius because I don't have the radius as yet. But I know that the distance from here to there, correct, Mirula, beautiful, that's it. Distance from there to there is my diameter, which is 16. Therefore, my radius is equal to 8. Hello, Mirula. So I'm going to go pi times 8 all squared. And because we're calculating for the area of these two together, I'm going to add the answers of these together. So I'm going to say the total area is going to be 35 times 16 plus pi times 8 all squared, which would give me 300 and something. I can't just now. Squared gives me 761.06, not 66, 06. 761.06 millimeters squared. There we go. That's the answer we're going to get. All right. That being said, that was just our warm-up. That is our while you wait. Welcome to Watobe, everybody. It's so great to have you guys with us. Teacher Nelly, are you here? Are you here? Hello,
yes.
You now. Teacher Nelly is joining us here. Funzo says, ma'am, where is pi on the calculator? Now, if you look at the very bottom of the calculator, I hope my my screen will do it justice. Doubt it, yeah, it's a little too blurry. But right at the very bottom of your calculator, next to, you'll see in the middle, there's a button that says times 10 to the power of x. Right above it, there's a tiny little pi written in yellow, right? And if you want to get that pi there, you're going to have to click Shift and then that button. So the button looks like this. It's like times 10 to the power of x. That's what the button looks like. And right above it, there's like a pi, and on the other side, there's an E. Now, if you want to get this pi, because it's written in yellow, you need to first click Shift and then click this button, and you'll be able to use it. Tell me if that works. Okay. We're going to be learning about surface area. Right. So who can tell us what is the difference? What is the difference between area and surface area? Who knows the difference between these two things? Anybody want to offer up an answer? Yes. Those brackets. Hello, those brackets. Oh, where have you been? Oh my goodness, guys. I mean, these people who just disappear on me. Where have you been, girl? We've missed you. Really, really, we have. Really, we have. Where have you been? You have to answer for your sins now. Funzo, I'm going to wait for Chloe's answer, but Funzo, if you want to unmute and let us know, what do you think?
So, ma'am. Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
So I think that area is the measurement of the size of the flat surface in a plane, two-dimensional. Whereas
100%. We're calculating the shape in the side, yes. the inside shape. Yes, what about surface area?
Then surface area is the measurement of the exposed surface of a solid shape, three-dimensional.
Correct. The whole surface, right? So it's going to be the total surface area of all the sides of a three-dimensional shape. Well done, Funzo. That's exactly the answer. But I mean, I had no doubts you were going to give me the right answer, but that is the exact answer that I was looking for. Exact answer. Well done, Funzo. So I'm going to assume that you were going to say something very similar. Yeah, we're going to get something exactly like that. Going to get something exactly like that. All right. Before we continue, I'm going to quickly put all the formulas for the area of shapes on the screen so you guys can take a quick screenshot, and then we're going to continue. You've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. We're going to get into surface area today. Now, just like what Funzo said, we know that the surface area of any shape is basically the total surface or the total area of all the sides of a three-dimensional shape. So we cannot calculate the area of a 3D shape. We calculate the surface area of a 3D shape. But if we're going to do that, in order for us to see what all the sides are, we then need to break it up into its bits and pieces so we can see all the sides. When we break it up into its bits and pieces, we call it the development. It's called the development. It's important for us to do the development of some of these shapes in order to see exactly what it is we've got on each of those sides in order for us to calculate for the surface area of those. So we're going to start with this particular example over here. We're going to be, let me move it up. We're going to need some space, I realize. Let's move it. Okay. We're going to be calculating for the surface area of this first shape, 1A and 1B. Who can tell me what is the name of this first shape? This shape that we've got here in A. What is this 3D shape? Who knows? A flat cube. No, Amber. Well done, Lucaniso and Aquando. Yes, it's called a rectangular prism. It's not a cuboid. Remember, Imelda, a cuboid will have all the sides equal. Now, in this case, we don't have all the sides equal, so it's called a rectangular prism. Okay. Right. So if we want to calculate for the total surface area of the shape, we're going to have to break it up into its. Right. So we're going to look at the top part, the front, the side. Right. However, we also know that if there's a top part, there's always going to be a bottom part as well. If we're looking at the front, there'll be a back part as well. And if you look at the right-hand side, there'll be a left-hand side as well. So we're actually going to take the area of all 6 sides and add them together in order to calculate the total surface area. Now, I mean, we know that a rectangular prism has 6 sides. Are we actually going to calculate the area of all 6 sides? Oh no, I'm sorry, my sweetie. Keep trying. Keep trying. Okay, are we going to calculate the area of all 6 sides? So calculate front and then back and then side and then top and then bottom? No, there's no need to do that. There's absolutely no need to do that. Right? Because I know that if I calculate the area of my top side, which side looks identical to the top? Which side looks exactly like the top? Correct, Wayland, beautiful. The bottom side also looks the same. Hi, Jenna, welcome. Good, we know that the top and the bottom look exactly the same. So instead of calculating for the area of the top and then calculating for the area of the bottom again, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the area of the top side and I'm going to multiply it by 2. Give me a thumbs up if what I've just said makes sense. Give me a thumbs up in the chat, peeps. Am I making sense? We're just going to take the top times 2. Right, excellent, excellent stuff. Now, I'm done with the top and the bottom. I'm done with that. Now, if I calculate for the right-hand side, I know that the left-hand side also looks like the right-hand side. So I'm then going to go plus the area of the right-hand side, the area, let's just call it the side. We don't actually have to call it the right-hand side. The area of the side times 2. Plus, then I'm going to do the area of the front. And I'm going to take the area of the front. Because we know that the front looks exactly like the back, I'm going to take the area of the front and multiply it by 2. Okay. So if we look at the development of this, we're going to get different dimensions for the different sides. So I'm going to do a quick development. I'm going to make it a lot smaller than the other one. Teacher Nelly, I feel like the other one was quite big. Too big for my liking. So I'm going to make this one smaller. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go fetch another rectangle. And I'm going to not hard. All right. Okay. So if I break this up into its pieces, just like I have here, I have one side. Okay, you guys get the idea. You get the idea of what I've done here. This is the development. Now, this is my bottom side, or let's make this the top. This part over here is the top. If this is the top, the one that looks just like it is to be the bottom. Right? If that's the top, this one over here is the front. That one over there is going to be the back. This is going to be the right-hand side. And this is going to be the left-hand side. So we're going to now look for dimensions. Let's start with the dimensions of the top. What are the length and the breadth dimensions for the top side? You can pop your answers in the chat when you're ready. Well done on making it onto the leaderboard. Your name was on there. I don't know if you came in time to see it. Correct. So that's it. Correct. But what is the 3D? What's the 3 dimensions? Let's have a look, guys. If we had to calculate for the dimensions of this top part over here, my length, the length of this side is going to be how long, and the breadth of that side is going to be how long. Give me an answer, guys, in the chat. What are my length and breadth going to be? Anybody? Somebody who's got an idea? Correct, Lucaniso. Correct. It is. It's 8 and 7. Good. So we know that if we want to calculate for the area of the shape, we're going to get a length of 8 meters and a breadth of 7 meters. Now, you'll see that I'm strategically placing these numbers next to the other sides, because now if we know, oh, I'm lying over here. If we know the length of the top, that means we also know the length of the front. That's okay, Anna. That's okay. I was just looking for the length and the breadth of this top part. Now, what is going to be the length, or we know the length of the front. What is the breadth of the front part of my shape? What is the breadth of that tiny front part of my shape there? Correct, Amber. Excellent. Yes, that's it, Lucaniso. Good. We can see it. Oh, now I'm erasing whole things. We can see it over there. There it is. There. 2 meters. So we know that this part over here is going to be 2 meters. But I know that if the length of my front side is 2 meters, if I had to put my shape back together, these 2 sides would have to stick together. The side of the right-hand side and the front side would have to stick together. So if this side is 2 meters, this side over here, the breadth of my right and left-hand side will also be 2 meters. Right. Now I've got the breadth of I've got the dimensions for my front and my back side. And now I've got the breadth of my right side. What is the length of my side? What is the length of the side over there? Correct, Amber. Sure, you're killing it today. Good. Yes, it's 7 meters. So we've got 7 meters. Now, give me a thumbs up if you can calculate for the surface area of this rectangular prism with all the dimensions you've just been given. Remember, we've already formulated our game plan. There it is. Are you going to be able to calculate for the surface area of this whole thing without my help? If not, if you're like, no, ma'am, you need to help me, you can put a thumbs down. It's fine. I'm more than happy to help. I'm getting one thumbs up. So I'm going to assume one person knows how to, okay, there's another one. I'm looking for, and another one, and another one. Thank you, Mutka. Thank you, Funzo. Yes, Lukani, so excellent. If you're not 100% sure, that's perfectly fine. We can do it together. We absolutely can do it together. All right, but before we do it together, I want you guys to give it a try. And the reason I need you guys to give it a try is not because I don't want to help you, it's because I need to fetch my laptop charger before my computer dies. Okay, so you guys have got 2 minutes. Well, I'll give you guys 1 minute because I'm just going to run quickly and grab my charger. Right. Sure, Anna, that was too fast. That was too fast. And people need to understand how you got there. So we're going to get there in just a little bit. Just pop your favorite emoji in the chat. I'm going to be gone for 1 minute. When I come back, pop your favorite emoji in the chat, and then we'll continue. Yes, Akwanbo, what's up? Very, very quickly, because I do need to run and get my laptop before I die. Or before the computer dies, not me. Oh, Akwando says, can't we just times the sides with however many sides there are? Akwando, yes, we can, if we have a cube. If we had a cube. All right, so if we had a cuboid, because we know that all the sides of a cuboid are exactly the same, yes, we can just calculate. We can just calculate for one side and multiply by 6. Okay, yes, we can. But in this case, because they all have different dimensions, we're going to calculate the area of the top. But I know that the top and the bottom look the same. So I'm going to calculate the area of the top times by 2. I know that the sides are going to be the same. The side and this side will be the same. So I'm going to calculate the area of one side times 2. And I know that the front and the back are the same. So I'm going to calculate the area of the front times 2. Does that answer your question, Akwando? Okay, all right. Okay, I'm going to run and get. All right, crisis averted. All right. Okay, let's go through this together, guys, and let's see. So Anna was 100% correct. She's got the answer we're looking for. So let's see how Anna got to this answer. Okay, so I'm first going to calculate for the area of the top. I know that the dimensions of my top, and because it's a rectangle, I'm going to have length times breadth, right? So I'm going to go length times breadth, which is 8 times 7 times 2, plus The area of my side, I know that the length of my side is 7 and the breadth is 2. So I'm going to go 7 times 2 times 2 plus the area of the front. I know that the area of the front, my length is 8 and my side is 2. So I'm going to have 8 times 2 times 2. Now, we're not going to waste any time and try to figure out one after the other. No, we're just going to take this exactly the way it looks, and you're going to punch it into a calculator. Pop your answers in the chat for me, guys. What are we going to get? No, Funzo, it's just because I'm pretty like that. You know, I don't know what else to tell you. That's it, Jenna. Beautiful clothes. That's it, Lukaniso. If we punch this into our calculator, we're going to get 172 meters squared. All right. Excellent work. That's it. Don't forget the unit of measurement, guys. We're calculating for area or total surface area in this case, which will be meters squared. For those of you who are like, nah, ma'am, I can't do this on my own, please let me know how we're feeling about this question in the chat. Let me know how we feel. Okay. For those of you who are already done, let's look at question B. I want to make sure that you guys can see this one. Babalo, it doesn't actually matter. I could put it in the brackets. It's not a train smash. It's just the way I'm showing that this part, I'm showing that the first part that I have in brackets, this is the actual area. That part is the area. This is the part where I'm multiplying by 2 for the top and the bottom. Okay, so I don't actually have to, to be honest, I don't even have to put the brackets there. Okay, I don't even have to put the brackets there. Right. Let's look at question B. All right. Now, if we had to do the development of this particular shape, what types of shapes would this not rectangular, triangular prism be made of? What 2 shapes would this triangular prism be made of? Correct, Upense, that's it. Triangle and what other shape? A rectangle, correct. We'll have triangle and a rectangle, right? Now, we're going to have to do the development here because not everything is going to look uniform. Some things are going to stand on their own, some others will not. So let me draw this shape in 3D style-ish. Correct. Offense, you like jumped the gun, my dude. We mustn't lose people. All right. So I'm going to draw this almost like we can see through, like it's a see-through shape. Draw it like that. So because this is the standard plus and not the foundation, we're going to try and do this without the development. Let's see if we can do it without the development, right? But if we can't, please, by all means, draw the development. Okay, so I know that I'm going to get a triangle in the front. What else do I see? How many triangles are we going to have? Oh, thank you, Fense. How many triangles are we going to have, guys? Correct. Oh, Waylon, you are killing it. 100%. Thank you, Jenna. Thank you, Funzo. There are 2 triangles. So when we calculate for the area of our triangle, we're going to take the area of our triangle and multiply it by 2. Now, here comes the kicker. How many of our rectangles around this look the same? Remember in the first one when we were doing the rectangular prism, the top and the bottom looked the same, the left and the right looked the same, and the front and the back looked the same. Now, if we look at this particular shape, this triangular prism, how many of the rectangles that make this up look the same? Yes. Jenna, high five, just high five. Yes, you are 100% on point. None of them look the same. None of them are going to look the same, guys, because none of them will have the same dimensions. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, I know that the length of that rectangle at the bottom, the dimensions of the rectangle at the very bottom, down here, right? I have my length. My length is 7, and my breadth will be 4. Now let's look at the rectangle at the back. I know that my breadth is 3. What is my length going to be? What is the length of this rectangle over here going to be? Correct. That's it, Wayland. That's it, Offense. Excellent. It's going to be 7 centimeters, 100%. Now comes this one over here, the top rectangle, the rectangle right on the top. We can already tell from the dimensions we've written that the length or the breadth is going to be 7, or the length. Yes, the length will be 7 centimeters. We are missing the breadth. How are we going to figure out the breadth of that side? Let me just erase some of this. There's a lot. Jenna, you deserve all the flowers. You deserve all the flowers. 100%. 100%. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to name the bottom rectangle, rectangle 1. We're going to name this one rectangle 2, and we're going to name the top one rectangle 3. So when we put the surface area of this shape together, we're going to have the area of the triangles times 2 plus the area of rectangle 1 plus the area of rectangle 2 plus the area of rectangle 3. Give me a thumbs up if you're going to be able to do all of this on your own. Now, remember, area of rectangle 3, in order to find the breadth, we still need to do Pythag. We still need to be Pythag. I just want to see how many of you guys are going to be able to manage on your own. Thank you, Neil. Excellent stuff. Remember, guys, again, if we're not going to manage, you can put a thumbs down. I'm happy with a thumbs down as well. Excellent. Can I give you 4 minutes to hash this one out? Because I know you guys can do it. Your answers have proven exactly that. So go for it. You've got 4 minutes. Do what you got to do, guys. When you're done, as always, put your favorite emoji in the chat for me, please. Right. Go for it. Oh, that was super fast. My word. Funzo trying to make everybody hungry. Funzo and Tariq are just not, y'all are not fair. And some of us haven't had dinner, ne? Some of us have not had dinner. Thanks, guys. Nice emoji. Nice emoji, Nell. Like it. All right, peeps. Okay, let's look at the answer that we get over here. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tackle this Pythag question so that I can get the breadth of my third rectangle. All right, so I know Pythag is going to be a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I know I'm looking for c squared, so I'm going to go c squared is equal to 4 squared plus 3 squared. C squared is equal to 25. I'm going to then take the square root of both of those sides, and c is going to equal to 5. So I know that that side over there, the breadth over there is going to be 5 centimeters. Okay, so let's start with the area of our triangle. Remember, the area of a triangle is half base times height. So I'm going to go half of my base, which is 4, times the height, which is 3. But then again, there are 2 triangles, so times 2. Area plus the area of the first rectangle, which is the one at the bottom. Length times breadth is going to be 7 times 4, plus the area of the second one, the one at the back there, is going to be 7 times 3, plus the area of the one on the top is going to be 7 times 5. If I punch all of that into a calculator, how much do I get, peeps? Who gets what? 96, correct. Offense, 96 apples. 96 emojis. 96 donkeys. No, 96 centimeters squared. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable and how confident are we that we can answer these questions? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, ma'am, nothing, ma'am. And 10 being, in my sleep, ma'am, in my sleep. Oh, Lukani, so we're going to have to talk about that method. Is that minus 10 or 10? Okay, that's okay, Waylon. That's perfectly fine, my sweetie. That's okay. But I want to ask if you understand the steps that we've taken. Okay, let me know in the chat if you've understood what ma'am has done, if you understand the steps that I took to get to that answer. Okay. Kind of. All right. I don't want it to be just a kind of. I want you to tell me if I've lost you something. Okay. I don't want it to just be a, nah, okay, kind of get it. Okay. I want to make sure you 100% get it, because once the questions change, okay, we might get a little bit tricky, but we're going to see. Now we're going to talk about a cylinder. Let's talk about a cylinder, peeps. Right. Now, as we would, okay, we're not going to do number 2. I want us to do number 3 because it breaks it down quite easily for us. Right. Now, okay, that's fine. That's fine, William. Remember, my sweetie, whenever you need my help, you're more than welcome to pop any question in the chat, even if it's about something. If you want to ask me on Monday about something we did today, I'm more than happy to do that. All right, let's look at this question that I've got here in front of us. All right, we have a cylinder. Like, because with any other surface area, we are going to have to break this down into its bits and pieces. What shapes is a cylinder made of? What shapes is my cylinder made of? Correct, a circle. Well, that one we've got 100% correct. Yes, we've got a circle. Good. Right, a circle and another circle at the bottom. So we already know that when we calculate the area of the circles, we're going to times by 2. Correct. Akwando's like 2 rounds. Yes, 2 rounds. 2 rounds. 2 circles and indeed a rectangle. Now, this one we're definitely going to have to do the development of because we don't want to lose it. We don't want to lose what we're going for here, right? So there's my first circle. Let's move it up a little bit. And then I'm going to draw another circle, right? There's my second circle. Then in the middle of these two things, right? The middle part over here is made up of a rectangle. Okay, cool, there we go. There's our shape there. Now, we already know how to calculate for the area of a circle, right? We know that the area of a circle is pi times radius squared. This 40 centimeters over here is not our radius, it's our diameter. So what is the radius? What is the radius that we need for this question? 20, correct. It's 20 centimeters, excellent. We have the radius and we can calculate this. Now, remember guys, 2 circles. So our answer times 2. Right. Now, here comes the tricky part. Here comes the tricky part. We know that the breadth of our rectangle is 32 centimeters. That means this part over here is 32 centimeters. How are we going to figure out the length? Who's got a strategy for us? Luandile, you're a boss, 100%. How are we going to figure out what the length is? Anybody got any ideas for us? I figured this one might be a bit of a difficult one. Correct, Akwando, 100%. We're going to calculate for the circumference. Good, the circumference. Our length is going to be the circumference of our circle. Okay, let me explain. Now, I've got this over here, and I'm going to round it up like we would the cylinder. I hope you guys can see this. It almost looks like a cylinder. There it is. That's our side over there. That's our cylinder. Now, our circles would be that circle over here and the circle on the other side, the circle on this side, right? Now, if I wanted to make this into a rectangle, I would unfold it like that. I would unfold it this way. Now, let me fold it back. If I fold it back, that's what it looks like. Now, if I unfold it, it's a rectangle. So the length of my rectangle over here is going to be the distance around my circle, the distance all the way around my circle. Give me a thumbs up if what I'm explaining makes sense. Are you guys with me? Now, because the circles are attached to this part, when I do this, it's going to come apart, it's going to become that rectangle that we want. So that means if we want to calculate the length of our rectangle, we're going to have to find the outside of our circle. This is the perimeter of our circle. What do we call the perimeter of a circle? What is it called? Perimeter of a circle? Anybody heard the word? Akwando just mentioned it. Correct. Yes, Imelda. Excellent. It's called the circumference. Now, the circumference is measured by finding pi of the diameter. Pi times diameter. All right. So let's calculate for each of these in turn. we are first going to calculate for the area of our circles times 2. And then we're going to calculate for the circumference of our circle times by the breadth of our rectangle, right? Give me an answer, guys, when you're ready in the chat. So we're going to go area of our circle is going to be pi times 20 all squared times 2. Don't forget times 2 because there are 2 circles, one at the top, one at the bottom. Plus, now I know that the area of my rectangle is going to be the length, which is pi times the diameter. I know the diameter. I've been given the diameter. The diameter is 40. So this is my length. My length is the diameter, right? Oh, sorry, the circumference times the breadth, which is 32. Okay. So this is for the rectangle. And this is the area of our 2 circles. Okay. Give me an answer, guys, because I do not have a calculator where I'm sitting. Thank you, Funzo. Funzo to the rescue, always. Thank you. 2,630. I'm getting 2 conflicting answers, so I don't know who's correct. Let's get a few.
Oh, the other one is from the previous.
From the previous question. Oh, yes. So it's 2,638.51 or 94. Oh, okay. I'm writing the answer for the wrong one. This one is 6,300 and 6,500. Teacher Coco. 6,534.51 centimeters squared. Right. And I'm going to stop talking there because I'm definitely in a weird position now that my computer completely dead. All right. Teacher Nels, the quiz link, please. All right.